Hey folks, another key funder in the attempt to defraud Chevron has pulled out. It was announced just a few hours ago that a company, Woodsford Litigation Funding Limited of the United Kingdom, which put $2.5 million into Stephen Donziger's attempt to use fraud, deception, bullying, and outright lies in his attempt to extort $19 billion from Chevron under the idea that Chevron was in Ecuador and polluted the environment, both of which was not true, because Chevron bought Texaco, which was in a partnership with the country of Ecuador, the partnership of which was mostly owned by Ecuador. Texaco pulled out of that partnership in 1992, completed its environmental cleanup by 1998, then was bought by Chevron in 2001, and Chevron inherited the issue as well as a new activist government under then president, or current president, Rafael Correa, and then as well in 2006, who kicked out American oil companies like Occidental Petroleum, for example. Again, Texaco was already gone. Chevron was never there. And then worked with Donziger to concoct a scheme to force its own court in Ecuador and then world courts to cause Chevron to pay billions of dollars to the Amazon Defense Coalition under the idea that the land was going to be cleaned up and people who live there, the indigenous people, were going to be helped. Not true. In fact, Ecuador was responsible for the oil spills that have occurred mostly during the partnership and entirely after the partnership was over. Texaco cleaned up its share long ago, but the game has continued to this date, 2015. But, and thanks to a successful lawsuit against the people that have sued Chevron, including lead plaintiff's lawyer Stephen Donziger, where the claim was that they were engaging in what's called a Racketeer Influence Corrupt Organizations Act violation. In other words, basically, they were getting people to enter into schemes to do things that were illegal, knowingly illegal. The judge in the New York court agreed, and that was a major blemish on their attempt to extort money from Chevron. Now we have Woodsford litigation out. Chevron brought conspiracy claims against Woodsford in Gibraltar for the company's role in funding and advancing the fraudulent lawsuit. And in the settlement, Woodsford has resolved those claims by withdrawing all financial support, it reads here, related to the Ecuador litigation and assigning all of its interest in litigation to Chevron. That's a big deal. Chevron, in turn, has agreed to release its claims against Woodsford and Woodsford's Gibraltar-based funding entity, Telemare Limited. And so that ends another money train that was helping to fuel what arguably is the largest attempt to extort an American oil company or American company in history.